How did you get a lead? Through your social media, Jish?
I made a post on
I saw your post. $100 will get you this house. You got a lead?
Yeah.
You talked to him yet?
brought
Congratulations. Josh, you're on fire. Hey, you're so lucky. Maybe you should come sit in this chair. Good Monday morning, everybody. I need to shave this gray off. I'm looking a little old today, aren't I? Huh? Seasons. And I need to get a tan. I've been out there. I played golf with man Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, here's what's going on in my golf game. I'm very thankful for my new golf coach, Mr. Steve Graham. Here's what's going on. The good shots I'm hitting are a whole lot better than I've ever hit.
Really?
My bad shots are terrible.
What shots are those?
If I can recall what he told me to do, man, my shots are really good. I'll get out there. I'll show you what he taught me. But if you're on here, do me a favor, like, comment, and share the stream. What are you thankful for this morning? Jish.
I'm thankful for Carl over at PMG.
Is Carl helping you out quite a bit?
Hell
yeah.
He is just killing it. Hey, I owe one of those deals to him.
Well, congratulations, Carl.
11:30
You need to do
at night.
the show. When will you be back in here? Josh has done the show. How would you rate your performance? Did you see him up here?
No.
2. Good. Who was better? You or the guy behind you?
I seen his performance.
How was
It
his?
was awful. But I don't promise it'll get better.
Yes, it will.
Mine was awful too the first time.
The first time's always awful. The second, like me playing golf right now. It's awful right now, but I'm very confident after going to my new golfing coach.
Watch out here. Watch out, man.
I mean, I could see me finally breaking that 100 mark on 18. I've broken 50 on the front nine out there before, but I see a 90 something happening. Good morning, Sam. Thank you for getting on here. Share the stream for me. So that's what I'm very thankful for. Here's today's show topic. How did you word this, Van?
You can't reach your potential without taking risks.
You cannot reach your potential without taking risk. Was it a risk for you to sit right here and tell everybody or show everybody how shitty you are on camera? Was that a risk?
Little one, yeah.
It is a little bit of a risk. Was it a risk for Ed? Can you hear him teaching
I don't
that?
think Ed as much because Ed, I just think Ed's not used to that. He
Not
has to
used to
perform
that.
But Ed's good on the videos.
When are you going to do this?
Whenever you're ready for me.
Well, can you be here Wednesday?
Yes.
Well, what Shannon does Tuesdays, you can do Wednesday. But when you Google the word risk, Josh, and let's get a good definition of what does
What's
that.
the definition of risk?
Let's all identify and agree what we're talking about.
All right. Situating involving exposure to danger.
Exposure to danger. Okay.
Or exposure to failure.
Exposure to failure. So the type of risk I'm talking about could be failure, could be danger, could be both. I don't like to get on an airplane.
That's
To-
dangerous.
To me, that's dangerous. It's one of the most dangerous things. So I overcompensate with my alcohol and whatever pill I can find to get on the plane. That calms me down, okay? But the type of risk I'm really talking about
Do
is...
you check in to John Belushi?
That's who I need to. One of those party guys. But what's the riskiest thing you've done? I'll tell you the riskiest thing I've seen Josh do. Big Josh. Whenever Big Josh came here, he tricked me. I thought he was going to be a little bit older. I didn't know the dude was in high school. And I was paying him like weekly. I was paying you weekly. I thought, man, this is like a little summer thing. Then the dude goes out and gets an apartment over here, $1,300 a month, I think it was. I'm like, shit, now I feel obligated. We got to keep this guy. I mean, think about it. You're 18 years old. He's doing it by himself. 18 years old. Went over there and signed up for an apartment. I'm like, how the hell is he going to be able to do that? How did you do it?
I'm cold.
He's old.
But see, that's exact. Most people are so afraid to take a risk, they end up doing nothing. And a lot of my life has been like that because I'm sitting here trying to predict what happens if it doesn't work out. But it did work out, didn't it? Did they ever evict you?
Mm-mm.
Did you pay every month?
Every month. all
What's the
time.
riskiest thing you've ever done?
I would say moving out with a boyfriend.
And you're still here. Do you regret it?
Yes, I do.
See what happens when we do things that are risky. What happens though when we do things that are risky and it ended up bad?
I learned from it at least.
You're back
What-
at your parents' house.
Well, I went back to my mom's. But think about this. That is something that. So do you think more about that? Will that stop you from moving in with a guy again?
Probably not.
Oh hell, she's done it 5 times since then.
She's
No,
not gonna
I would just take precautions next time and take it a little slower.
But
Get
see,
all the
whenever we
facts.
make mistakes, we try to do different decisions. Hello, Andre and Hayden. Thank you for getting on here. A lot of times, whenever we screw up, we don't want to do it again. So what we do is we kind of stall, we freeze. Biggest risk you've ever taken?
Probably quitting school and coming here. I mean,
Were you about to graduate?
decently close.
When?
Couple semesters, probably 4.
Damn, Josh.
Always go back and get it when he gets.
Yeah, who
Take
cares
my
about
classes,
that?
Always.
Biggest risk you've ever done, Ed?
Well, I was gonna say the same thing is dropping out of school to focus on music because I knew I was gonna go viral and knowing that my mom
Knew you were going to go viral. Have you watched this 15-minute freestyle? Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Has he not shown it to you?
No.
That's how many views he got.
4 million?
yeah, something like that.
You know
Maybe
exactly.
almost 5.
You know exactly how
He
many
ain't gonna
numbers.
get up out.
So,
Who's counting?
so the biggest risk, I'm thinking like the biggest risk that I have taken, it was probably buying those 2 houses during COVID. The house we just sold and the house we bought in Nashville. Those, I thought, man, this is stupid. Because I bought one of them in April and COVID was very like, I didn't know what was going to happen. Then we closed on the other one in like October. It was very, very, very. Those were both those houses. They were like 665 and 625. That was to me. That was like shit. How am I going to pay for this? But those houses, 2 years later, were both worth over $1 million. And the old me would have found out. I could have just actually. If John Jones wasn't the developer in that Nashville project, I probably would have tried to find a way to chicken out. But I'm glad I didn't. So I see a lot of people that we're talking to, that the agents are talking to. They're wanting to buy a house. They're looking at their payment, and they're kind of chickening out because it's $600 more a month than their rent. Are you seeing anybody back out over like they're are hearing of things, hearing our agents losing deals? I think a few agents have lost some deals because the client didn't have enough courage to go
And
ahead.
They didn't have enough knowledge because they wasn't explained, and they.
Exactly. But a lot of people, no matter what, you cannot help people become more courageous.
They know about how good HR because we've lost some to that because we can't, and you never want to force somebody to do something they feel uncomfortable with.
So I went to this Chris Lindahl event, and this guy sells 4,000 homes a year. A bunch. I don't know how many he sold last year or what he's going to sell this year, but he's got like hundreds of billboards. Hundreds of them. And there's probably 80 or 100 of us in there. It's $5,000 to go to that event. And he said something like, if you ever want to be really successful, you're going to have to grow your risk tolerances. One of the best decisions I ever made. This might be my best decision. It may not be those houses. I went to Cardone. I spent $5,000 to go down there. I was telling Brittany about this. We just started dating, and she couldn't believe I was going to spend $5,000 to go down there with Cardone and just get this for a couple hours. Now you can't do it. It's probably $100,000 to go do that. She couldn't believe it. And when I went down there, I spent $25,000 on getting mentored by their brand, like learning how to brand. And if I had to be honest, I don't know how much I learned. I did learn this. I learned that I had the courage to invest $25,000 in myself. And that was the first time I really started thinking about how do you grow? How do you expand? It takes a lot of courage to expand. There's a lot of risk associated with every person that you can think of that's successful right now in their life. They had to take a risk to get there. Nobody gets to success risk-free. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the fact that I did that allowed me. I remember the first time Weatherman talked me into buying some Zillow leads. I think it's like $500 a month, $500 or $600 a month, and I was like scared to do that. I was like, damn, $500 a month for this. And then we went to like $1,300, and I remember sitting right in that office where Van is, talking to Dean Licata from Zillow, and he taught me from like $1,200 to $2,900. I was pacing. Just walking around nervous. Up until this past month, we were at $20,000 a month in Zillow leads. I mean, you grow your courage and your risk tolerance in little bitty baby steps. I couldn't have gone from $0 to $20,000 a month in Zillow unless I inherited a lot of money. So if you ever want to be successful, it's not just what you know. It's not just who you know. You're going to have to be willing to take a risk. And what you'll find is risk is like courage. It's a muscle. Learn to take a little risk, you build a little muscle. And you continue to do this. And then that's the most successful people I know. They're very open to the idea of risk. Like John Eldridge, John Floyd, Chuck McDowell. These people, Bert he's got he's not averse to risk, but these people, they're no smarter. Although when you're around them, you'll think, damn, they're pretty smart. The key separator between the people that have the most and the people that don't is the willingness to put a lot of money on the table. Let them ride. Shut us down, Van Grafton.